Retirement is often seen as a time to kick back, relax, and finally enjoy the freedom you've worked so hard for. Whether it's perfecting your margarita recipe or spending long afternoons on the front porch yelling at squirrels, it's supposed to be a time for leisure and enjoyment. But for nearly 40% of baby boomers, retirement is looking more like a nightmare than a dream. Many have nothing saved up for retirement, which means they're facing a future that involves living on a tight budget, relying solely on Social Security or modest pensions. If you're one of the many Americans who are struggling to prepare for retirement, you're not alone. But don't worry, the right state can make a huge difference. Some states are affordable enough to allow you to live a comfortable retired life, even if you're only relying on Social Security. Kentucky bourbon and bargains. Kentucky might not be the first state that comes to mind when you think of retirement, but it offers plenty of benefits for those looking to stretch their dollars. If you enjoy cheap living, Kentucky is a great place to retire. Housing is affordable, groceries won't break the bank, and you can enjoy some of the best bourbon in the world, all while pretending that health care isn't a major concern. While the state does not tax Social Security benefits, which is a huge win for retirees, the quality of health care can be hit or miss, especially in rural areas. The state's typical home value is a surprisingly low $28,000, which has increased by 4% over the last year. Rent for a two-bedroom apartment averages around $1,300, and gas prices are about 10.6% lower than the national average. Kentucky's cost of living index is 93.2, which is close to the national average. However, the state's healthcare system struggles with underfunded clinics, especially in rural areas. While Kentucky's healthcare system may not win any awards, its affordability more than makes up for the gaps in service. Given the current political climate, with leadership from figures like Trump and the rise of anti-government protests, Kentucky's lower cost of living provides a haven for those who are looking for affordable living without the high costs of urban areas. If you're considering relocating for retirement and want to avoid the volatility of high-tax, high-cost states, Kentucky might be the perfect option. It's a state where retirees can live well on a modest budget. North Dakota, if you can handle the cold. If you're a fan of the cold or simply don't mind the extreme winters, North Dakota could be an ideal state for retirement. While North Dakota is known for its harsh winters, it offers affordable living and surprisingly good health care for retirees. The state has earned high marks for healthcare outcomes, and the access to services is better than many would expect for a state of its size. For retirees who are concerned about healthcare, this is a huge advantage. North Dakota's typical home value is around $261,000, which has increased by 1.3% over the last year. Rent for a two-bedroom apartment averages $1,082, and gas prices are 5.6% lower than the national average. With a cost of living index of 94.3, it's more affordable than many other parts of the country. The state also ranks 9th in senior programs, which is important for retirees looking for community-based services. While the weather can be extreme, with winters that seem to last forever, the cost of living in North Dakota more than makes up for it. This makes it an attractive option for those looking to retire without breaking the bank. Especially in today's political climate, North Dakota's affordability provides a stable base for retirees, far from the political and social unrest seen in larger, more expensive states. Ohio. Low cost, high quality of life. Ohio is another state that is known for its affordability and high quality of life, especially for retirees. While the weather may not be ideal for everyone, Ohio offers a low cost of living and access to a range of healthcare services. The state is known for its friendly residents, and the cost of housing, groceries, and transportation is well below the national average. The typical home value in Ohio is $231,000, which has increased by 5% over the last year. Renters can expect to pay around $1,300 per month for a two-bedroom apartment, and gas prices are about 10% lower than the national average. Ohio's cost of living index is 92.2, making it an affordable option for retirees on a fixed income. Ohio also ranks fifth for senior programs, providing various resources and services to retirees. In today's polarized political environment, Ohio's affordability and relatively low cost of living are key factors that make it an attractive place for retirees. Many states have become more expensive, with political tensions growing in places like California and New York. Ohio's balance of affordable living and good quality of life provides a much-needed refuge for those wanting to avoid the volatility of more expensive states with contentious political climates. Kansas, land of affordable housing. Kansas may not be on everyone's retirement radar, but it's one of the most affordable states for retirees. Housing costs are incredibly low, and with taxes a bit higher than in some other states, the overall cost of living is still much more manageable than in larger urban areas. The lack of mountains and dense forests might seem like a downside, but if you don't mind the open plains, Kansas offers a lot of space at a very affordable price. The typical home value in Kansas is around $230,000, and renters pay an average of $1,295 per month for a two-bedroom apartment. Gas prices in 2024 were 8.9% lower than the national average, making it an even more affordable place to live. The state's cost of living index is 91.6, and it ranks 8th in senior programs. Kansas offers affordable living, but the real appeal lies in the spaciousness and the quiet lifestyle. With the political climate in the country growing more divided, Kansas provides a calm and affordable alternative for retirees seeking simplicity and peace. The state may not have the glitzy appeal of larger cities, but it has the low-cost lifestyle that many retirees are searching for. Louisiana, where retirement meets food, music, and affordable living. Louisiana might be an unexpected choice for retirement, but it's a great option for those who enjoy culture, food, and music. The state's rich culture and culinary scene are well known, and its affordability makes it an attractive choice for retirees. Louisiana doesn't tax Social Security benefits, and many forms of retirement income are also tax-exempt. The downside is that healthcare rankings are some of the lowest in the nation, but if you can make it past that, Louisiana offers a fun, affordable retirement. The typical home value in Louisiana is about $199,000, down 2.1% from last year. Renters pay an average of $1,500 per month for a two-bedroom apartment, and gas is 10.2% lower than the national average. The state's cost of living index is 90.7, which is lower than many other parts of the country. Louisiana ranks 6th in senior programs, making it a viable option for those who need access to senior services. Given the political situation and growing protests, Louisiana offers an escape from the high-tax states that are seeing increased protests and unrest. If you're someone who wants affordable living and doesn't mind taking a bit of a risk with healthcare quality, Louisiana could be a great place to call home. Iowa, the overachiever. Iowa might be one of the most underrated states for retirement. Known for its quiet life, low cost of living, and friendly tax policies, Iowa is an ideal place for retirees looking to stretch their Social Security checks. While the state may seem boring to some, it offers an environment where peace and security are the top priorities. Iowa's low crime rates and decent health care make it an excellent choice for those looking for a simple, affordable life. The typical home value in Iowa is around $221,000, which has increased by 3.4% over the last year. Renters pay an average of $1,200 per month for a two-bedroom apartment, and gas prices are 6.1% lower than the national average. The state's cost of living index is 89.9, and it ranks 6th in senior program. In a time of political tension, Iowa offers a stable, peaceful environment for retirees. While the state may not offer the excitement of larger cities, its affordability and quality of life make it one of the top choices for those looking for simplicity in retirement. Oklahoma. Cheap land. Tornadoes optional. Oklahoma may be known for its unpredictable weather, but it offers one of the lowest housing costs in the country. Social Security isn't taxed, and retirement income benefits from decent deductions. While Oklahoma's healthcare system isn't the best, the overall cost of living is incredibly low, making it a great option for retirees on a fixed budget. The typical home value in Oklahoma is about $26,000, up 3.2% from last year. Rent for a two-bedroom apartment is usually around $1,400, and gas is 13.3% lower than the national average. Oklahoma's cost of living index is 86.8, and it ranks 10th for senior programs. Oklahoma is one of the most affordable states for retirees who are looking for cheap land and simple living. The low cost of living and lack of taxes make it a great place to retire, especially if you're trying to avoid the high costs of more politically charged states. Alabama. Low cost, high humidity. Alabama is known for its heat and humidity, but it's also known for its low cost of living. Groceries, housing, and transportation are dirt cheap, and the state has some of the lowest property taxes in the country. Social Security benefits aren't taxed, which is a huge advantage for retirees. The downside? The state's quality of life is lower than many other states, and there are some concerns about elderly food insecurity. The typical home value in Alabama is $228,000, which has increased by 1.4% from last year. Renters pay an average of $1,340 for a two-bedroom apartment, and gas prices are 9.6% lower than the national average. The cost of living index in Alabama is 85.2, and senior programs are ranked 14th. Alabama's affordable living and low taxes make it a solid choice for retirees who are okay with the humidity and willing to accept a more modest standard of living. In a time of increasing political tension, Alabama's stability and low cost of living are major advantages. Mississippi. Cheap living, questionable everything else. Mississippi is known for being dirt cheap, with incredibly low property taxes and no taxes on retirement income. However, its healthcare system is not well regarded, and overall well-being scores are lower than the national average. If you're looking to retire on a budget and don't mind taking risks with healthcare, Mississippi is worth considering. The average home value in Mississippi is $178,000, which has decreased by 0.9% over the last year. Renters pay $1,380 for a two-bedroom apartment on average. And gas prices in 2024 were 13.7% lower than the national average. Mississippi's cost of living index is 86.7, and its senior programs are ranked 3rd. If you can overlook the health care issues and the challenges posed by the state's infrastructure, Mississippi offers one of the most affordable retirement options in the country. And with the growing political divide in other parts of the country, it offers an affordable haven for those wanting to stay out of the chaos. West Virginia, wild and wonderfully cheap. West Virginia offers one of the lowest costs of living in the country, making it an excellent choice for retirees on a fixed income. Housing costs are impressively low, and the state is nearly 15% cheaper than the national average in many areas. While the state does face challenges like isolation and limited healthcare options, the low cost of living makes up for it. The typical home value in West Virginia is around $167,000, up 5% from last year. Renters pay $1,195 for a two-bedroom apartment on average, and gas prices were 5.2% lower than the national average. The cost of living index in West Virginia is 85, and the state ranks 4th in senior program. West Virginia's low cost of living and affordability make it an ideal option for retirees. However, retirees should be prepared for its rural nature and limited access to healthcare services. If you're okay with a quieter lifestyle and a tight budget, West Virginia could be an ideal place to retire. When considering retirement, it's essential to think about more than just the weather or the availability of nearby golf courses. In today's volatile political and economic climate, many retirees are looking for affordable options to make the most of their limited income. States like Kentucky, North Dakota, and West Virginia provide retirees with an affordable and peaceful environment far from the chaos and rising costs of larger metropolitan areas. With the political climate under figures like Trump and Musk, it's clear that many retirees are seeking refuge from the unrest and searching for a stable, affordable retirement. If you're planning to retire soon, consider these states. The cost of living in these areas is reasonable, their healthcare systems are improving, and they offer an overall better quality of life for those on a budget. Whether you're retiring on Social Security or a modest pension, these states can provide you with a fulfilling and stress-free retirement. Now is the time to plan for your future. Take action today and consider relocating to one of these affordable states for retirees. Don't let rising costs and political turmoil disrupt your retirement dreams. Research these states further and see which one might be the perfect fit for your retirement. The sooner you start planning, the sooner you can enjoy the relaxed, affordable retirement you deserve. Make the change now and secure your future.